See if they can secure their spot in that first position, go even further into the playoffs, but it's going to be the boost into window, dealt with by Sanji. Face crack, immediately doesn't find anything.
Now ForZe with the opening casualty. Sanji kicking things off on the right foot, but still they press forward into the site over on A. Splitting in from the connector area, had that one player coming out of ramp. Very passive right now from the VP side. Taps up at the USPs, hoping to catch some kills. Alter comes up with one, Jerry with another good frag on James as well. 4v3 scenario now as ForZe look to take the fight to the undefeated team here in Group A. And indeed, they're taking that fight right here on the T side. Buster, last player left now. There's only one trade is found, and ForZe seem to take the pistol round.
I'll tell you what, really like the intent there from ForZe. They boost a player up into window, they lose the opening fight, and then they start to try and retake some CT control. They're looking to try and take some fights onto the CT players, see if they can find an advantage back. And in the end, the duels just pan out really nicely. Buster, last one left, trying to see if he can find anything. But
towards the bat lines. And the M4 of Kicker ready to face, but turned away from the flashbang, gets dealt with by Face Crack. Yekindar can chime through. A bomb plant will be secured at 4v4. Again, ForZe up by players, but Yekindar continuing to spray for the smoke. Get those frags on the board for the CT side.
There's a super late lurk, though, coming out from the B bomb site. I was wondering where that was going to pan out from Flint. He's behind them all, and surely no one from Virtus.Pro is going to expect this. So for ForZe, the two players in the side need to be able to pull distractions and hold as much time as possible, because Flint's making his way in, and he gets a couple of kills. The lurk pans out, but they're getting a smoke onto the bomb, Jay. They're going to try and go in for the defuse. Flint's going to find even more. A great flank attempt. Works out.
Yekindar will lean into the mid-control, see Flit catch him for a secondary frag. The Deagle frags efficient. The AWP now held towards Stack alone, trying to get one of these kills back. The AK will face him, and Yekindar's going to triple up. One player makes the difference for the CT side, and now ForZe in a 2v5. How do you fight back from this?
Oh, it's so difficult, especially with Sanji on the site, even doing damage. Buster's going to be able to find the response. And now Almeza, look, he can try and stick the bomb plan, get them a little bit of extra money. There is still heaps of cash to work with on this T side, but he's got to work in a 1-on-4. And it's Yukinda to get a 4K. What a round to the Latvian staff.
AK's out towards mid-position. Yekinda again going to try and aggress, but they're going to walk right past him here towards the short control. Buster's going to fall. Flick will get caught in the spray. Evaded! And Flick gets that kill, nice and easy. 5v3. Sanji trying to hold on to the site control. And Flit will be able to get that trade. 3v2 before a retake on the VP.
Oh, this is a tough retake. They've got no one in the B site. ForZe have already taken control. They're down a man advantage. Sanji does a really good job of finding a couple of kills. You've already got the AWP of Xe posted in the apartments. Virtus.Pro, how do you even retake this? Kick it just with the wide swing. Does get taken down low, but James going to fall too, meaning that Kick It's now in a 1 versus 2.
Molotovs, Kicker. Oh, he's going to burn as well. An embarrassing way. And for the Buster will spray through. Catch Flick. James gets face cracked to follow suit in a 5v3 scenario. Or pick in. James still watching on for more contact. Nades down range. And they have gained a 5v3, making it 2 now as Yekindar gets Jerry to drop next. The plant will be secured at this stage. ForZe will get that money bonus, but it doesn't look like they'll get the round from here. And their streak looks to finally get stopped by the VP side.
Double AWPs, it's still going to be tough for the CT side. They need to find some contacts and some early information, and James been able to do so.
Buster AWP in, good shot alongside Jane with his double up here. The crossfires at AWP set and ready to shut down what ForZe have got left. 3-on-2, making it 1. They can't break out of the apartments. Dealt with all the AWPs, getting all the kills here for Virtus.Pro. So roll out, they're using all the utility. They'll have nothing for the post plant here. Molotov's on towards connector and face crack drops first. AWP, James sees another. The bomb plant not yet getting secured here. Kicker's going to fall, and now Almas are just going to support it. His exit falls on Tetris, and Almanza falls to the danger box. Flick goes down at default box, and now it's all to Jerry. A 1v4 to hold off. Nade to his position, 11 HP, and forced away by the incendiary. VP are going to stick the defuse, get 5 to the board. A minute to the clock. The ForZe are establishing some decent positions out here towards the A play, but they need to get a player advantage. Sanji's going to shut down Almanza instead.
They know that B's open. Yakinda was able to go under pass, clear out the apartments. James going to get the info that there's 2 players towards top con. They can start the rotates in and kick it. As soon as that bomb goes down, he's got the potential to try and swing. Jerry's pushing out to CT, and now he's made this possible for the T side. 2 versus 2. His teammate of Exy Power is incredibly low, and out towards CT. It's another 1-for-1 trade, and it's down to Yakinda to try and win out the clutch. Full utility set for him, and Jerry's just trying to play the time.
Got to get a headshot as well. HP advantage for Yakinda. The spray's good anyways. He checks out CT. Palace are going to be a bit more awkward. Might have to use that for post-plant instead. And as he goes down, that smoke is taken out of play. Face crack with the last one left. The AK leaning in a 5-on-3 scenario. Orb out for Exy Power. Gets that one frag, trading back to a 3v3 scenario. Look at Flit here towards the B side. Catching off one good frag, but Buster trades in. So smokes down towards the site. Going to allow enough room for the plant to be secured. Yakinda drops him at the very last tick. The kill will come through. And Exy standing alone. Tapping the force, peeks out. But Sanji's going to get his kill anyway.
Up towards the van position now. He's going to have a lot of a contact here, but he only sees a few players. Now brings the information over for Buster, but blind with that AWP, the rotations need to come through because Buster needs assistance, and there's still a lurk out from mid, but it's an orb shot missed again from Buster.
Kicker does get the trade back at least, so it's a 4v3, not a 5v3. Nades on. So the bomb plant is secured towards the B site. One player towards that mid control. And James firing away with the AWP, not going to catch any frags. Nades on, Incendiary's down, Flit towards benches, and Jerry sees 2, lines up that spray and drops them both. Now it's all the AWP of James. Could line a collateral, he doesn't get it. Jerry closes out the last frag, and it goes 8-7 at the half. And as they go to their own CT sides here. Setting ready into the mid-round for the pistol here. Kicker out to the mid-control. Catching Flit. Jerry getting Kicker back to a 4-on-4. Glocks tapping through. Going to try catch these players off face crack. Desperately looking for that frag. Does get it. But Sanji holds trades over on the A side. 2 standing for VP. And they get the plant down. There's face crack in with a headshot. Sanji stands alone. No Kevlar on him. I think he was dropping pistols or had some sort of utility out. Taps up, gets damage onto one and the second face. Can't get those kills though, gets that headshot in the end. 2 players at point blank, but they overwhelm as they peek together and they get that set. Tech 9 spam, M4 moves up for face crack. Yakinda spotted and sprayed. Frag found, spray on the second player. Exy gets that kill on Buster. Face crack chance back on Sanji next over the face. And Jane will find 1 good kill, but no more than that. 4v2 scenario. Molotov's in, kick up will get 1 frag, but doubles up onto Exy Power after the follow-up. So all left to 2. On 2 now for the VP side. ForZe. AK's in on both individuals. They've got plenty of firepower set for this retake, just slowly and surely making their way around the corner, looking towards Tetris. There is 1 T-side individual. Kicker going to get the whole slow face. There's Flip with the frag. Kicker chimes into 1, now a 1v1. No info on Almazo. He's slow facing towards it. He checks the angle at the right moment. And Kicker stacking, of course, for ForZe. Spraying against Almazo, the first player to take damage, and the Deagle in the main weapon they have to use up here with the Kevlar in play. First casualties are taken. Jerry and X actually clean this one up. Jane comes up with that 1 frag, and Almaza gets his own kill. Kicker stands alone, and the eco pistols work out. Oh, it bounces off the stack, goes to the left, so Yakinda able to go completely unscathed. Takes that fight and wins it for a second kill. Face crack is aggressed. M4 out, catches that player. Needs to find that Mac 10 to trade it to a 3-on-3. Meanwhile, the AWP of Jerry striking back here towards the A side. Gets James at ramp, looks on towards Palace. The bomb's been dropped as well. Did he see Buster? I don't think he did. That AK got 2 to find Almaza at close. AUG seeing the shadow. Headshot found. Jerry turns it around. Looks on for another. 3 kills for the big green gun. And now Sanji on a backstab needs to recover this position, recover the bomb. Will burst through, do damage to Jerry, but he can't capitalize on the kill.
And look, for VP, I'm not really sure why they were peeking there, Jay. They had that backstabbing player coming in from Sanji, and you've just got to think that if they weren't trying to take those fights, it is sort of like a go big or go home sort of situation, though, isn't it? When you invest so far down into the double orbs, it means it's expensive, but Empty Power is able to get 2 kills through smoke, and now you can say goodbye to this round for VP. ForZe get a 5-on-3 advantage.
Look at X is so far towards the mid position. Scope being shot out on Yakinda. Connects that easy. Looking for the next up, but will we not be able to see any more contact out of the T side? Flash out, face crack gets another good kill on Buster. 3 standing for the VP camp, and as they just face in, they slowly get picked apart, tagged up, taken down. Whatever it is, ForZe are maintaining control.
Yeah, look, they absolutely are. And you look at this situation from Virtus.Pro and you think it almost has to be ForZe making mistakes here, you know, maybe getting aggressive or just giving up some really unlikely duels that they don't need to if they want any chance of turning this back around. You've got Kick at low. You've even got Sanji on a deagle, and he's down to just 3 players. Exi holding the angle with the AWP. Surely, as soon as Sanji peeks in, this should be an easy shot for Exi.
Well, Deagle standing by, ready to move in. Looking towards the back line, looking towards the site. M4 on one side, AWP on the other. Exi just waiting for that pick. So as soon as he sees it, he fires, he connects, he takes himself a second kill. No! Sanji gets some revenge. Now Almaza comes up with 1, sees the second player, can't quite find Kicker. 17 HP, trying to get back out of dodge. Jane will try find access towards the A site. Got 1 player there on the palace scaffolding to receive him. Actually in dark for Jerry. How long will he wait and bait for? Will he hold his trigger? Discipline. He may just track down the bomb planter anyway. 10 seconds. Orbit Flit now next interface. Knows that Kicker's so low. He'll not be able to escape. And neither will James. 16 to 12. ForZe taking their map pick. Side half. Tap ups from FaceCrack, getting that 1 frag on James. Kicking things off on the right foot, looking for a little bit more. They're all lining up these pistols. The crossfire locked in for the CT side. ForZe looking to win another confident CT pistol round. Bomb dropped in the open. Kicker and Sanji last 2 next up. Flit and Exi crossfiring together. 3 kills for Flit on Kara and a pistol going the way of ForZe.
One of the players coming in for the upper tunnels. That's Exi Power with the AWP. ForZe setting themselves up for the utility, trying to go in for the retake, but Exi Power does not expect someone in the back line. James towards the smoke, and the kills just going the way of the T side. FaceCrack's now the last one left, and the retake is not successful.
USP's in, the Eagles out. They are getting a good couple of kills, 2 on 2. M4 and FaceCrack is allowed 3. And Kicker, last player standing, bomb in the open, bursts up and FaceCrack takes a bit of damage. 26 points of health, but 1 good person is all he really needs to win this round, and that's what they'll do. Part and parcel with the defensive for basically the entire half so far. AWP in for James. Good quick scope on the Jerry. But a collateral from Flick can respond with 2. Almas against James. Kicker trying to respond, but needs to get these next 2 frags. 15 seconds to the clock. Plant's going to get stuck here. They're going to force him off by spraying through. Second Plant's the charm, but it could still be denied. Almas wraps around the AK. Does turn back, but he can't get the frag. And there it is. A 4th to the ForZe board. B-site contact. Flit is ready to receive them coming in from the tunnels. Exi worn down to 1 point of health. Flash in, shot not connecting. The smoke goes back out. He refaces. Further flash out, and finally he takes that shot. Exi goes down. Flick gonna get overwhelmed by players into the site. Yekindar doubles up. 2 standing. FaceCrack finds that 1 trade, but there may be a safe call in from ForZe.
2 versus 3, even for Jerry. He's quite far away from the site, so it's going to take some going to get to. For Kick It, he's the one that is patrolling the lower tunnels with the AWP. Good shot to FaceCrack, and that's it. It's got to be a save call.
Flashes over from Exi, going to try and catch players off into the long control. He's going to scope up with the AWP, try to look for something back here, but can't quite seem to see anything. Pop forward from FaceCrack, comes up with that kill. Exi lines up a kill of his own right. Jane can respond, but meanwhile they've seen the T-side players coming up. Smokes down, Flit takes damage, tries to evade all the bullets, but in the end the blind fire will connect to the kill in the end. 3 on 3, FaceCrack gets Kicker to drop now. Working in at the open air, does fall to Sanji. Bomb plant will be secured. 2 on 2, retake up for ForZe.
No kit between the 2 players, and Jerry, you've got to think he needs to wait for contact of his teammates, so he's going to be sort of stuck in this position until Almaza can swing out from long. Jane with the AWP trying to lock down the angle. Sanji's incredibly low. It's a 1-for-1 trade, and it's down to the low HP player on the T side to try and win this out. Sanji up towards the short position, playing a bit of an off angle when Almaza is going to be able to spot him out. Down to 22 points of health. He can go back to retrieve that AWP. In terms of their aggression, which really means for VP to try and get an opportunity to turn it back into a 4-on-4, which makes things so much more difficult. Flit's going to peek in, and, well, that's a simple kill to Sanji.
Yeah, 3 standing. ForZe I think some flashbangs come out to this mid position, and they're looking to try and make another 8-7 half work for them. I mean, they had an 8-7 against them in that last map up when VP had the lead on their CT side, so a good T-half victory for the VP squad, but ForZe can still bring it back, and they won that last map off the back of that scoreline. Shots up from the AWP bar. Flit lands a complete blind shot on Kicker. Now Buster and James, last two players standing, they do catch Flit off guard. And now Almas are out towards Carl. Second player also rotating out here. AUG does not get the frag. Burst through the M4. Buster makes 3 kills happen. And ForZe completely bottling it on the site defense.
Oh, 2 versus 2, and Buster's brought this right back. 3 kills for him, and make it a 4. Now it's down to Xe Power. Flit and Almasa started off the round so nicely for ForZe, and it's going to be a 9-6 half in the way of the VP side.
It's coming out very early on here. They're going to go for a quick B play, and Kicker and Buster just shut it down immediately, not allowing any chance for ForZe to strike on the side.
Oh my goodness. As soon as ForZe try and lean into a very quick B play, rather than VP just playing passive on the side, they look like they want to try and take fights. They start wide swinging out to get instant vision to the upper tunnels. But Jerry was able to catch off Sanji getting very aggressive. He's now picked up a USP, and he's trying to take a fight onto Yakinda. ForZe have been able to actually turn this around. Now it's a 3 versus 3. Yakinda's able to at least find a fire back. Oh, following up with a secondary kill too. And now you'd have to think secure in the rounds.
Well, one player standing in Flit, going to fight valiantly, fight hard, but unable to get the kills in. Kicker, Bob's going to make his way towards the site itself, so X is going to be completely isolated and alone. The wraparounds on the VP side towards mid could bracket them in, force them forward, and now here they come. Yakinda seen towards site, taps up from the AK, sees that player finally gets us way together. Are they ready for Sanji though? Incendiary is coming up and still sitting here the SMG. Bomb planter, not checking the angle. That's a massive kill to find, but Flit is able to respond from long, get us back to 2. M4 sees 2 more in the open, catches that AWP at the drop once again, and Virtus.Pro just barely holding on to the 2-on-2 retake in of the CT side.
It's just chaos, back and forth trades between both sides, but Buster's been able to get very aggressive into the site. Jerry putting a smoke down on the side, Flip moving around with the car position, lining them up, but he only gets 1 kill, and now it's into the 1 versus 1. Kickett's position is compromised, and Jerry with 27 HP is trying to wrap away from the site, reposition to the get right position. Now, Kickett does have a kit, but he's running out of time, Jay. He needs to try and figure out this information.
Oh!
What a jewel to come out from Kickett, and just onto the bomb.
No!
Just onto the kill. He can't find the bomb, though. He can't find the bomb.
It was hidden behind the dead body. Has he got time?
He hasn't.
No way! No way!
Trying to peek before the smoke blooms. They know that he's there, but there's only 1 player towards a B bomb site. That's Buster. They're now starting to close in. He needs more support. He needs more help. And he's able to get a couple of kills. And Dinkoff. Buster does so much work on the side.
Look at Almasa. Oh, he's lurking. The Molotov gets him heard. Yakinda turns around for that frag, but the Molotov will burn him anyway. 2-on-4. Flit solo. X has got to do the heavy lifting. Buster had so much impact to this B-site defense, standing alone but standing tall. Yakinda's seen here, smokes down. Jane pops out. The AK must have been seen at this stage. Turning away from the utility. There's Xe with 1 frag. Spray through from Flit. Gets it back to Evens. Xe chimes in. Last player known towards car. Flit's going to go back passive. Hide his head from contact. He has no info. Kicker has his back turned. Here they come out of the gate. More Molotovs put down by the attacking forces as Flit falls towards the mid control. His job to hold them off has been failed, and James is going to get a kill for it. Dropping that bomb plot, seeing 2 more crossing, trying to get the wall bangs, unable to secure though. 5v3 for VP, they've got the weapons in play. Xe and Jerry chime in with 2. M4 picks up an AWP. Galil trying to burst through in recovery. He gets himself a triple, but not enough. Buster on towards short, converging in at that right moment, and that is the breaking point round for VP. 12-10. ForZe's economy.
He's waiting for one of the CTs to swing out around those smokes. Oh, Sanji on the edge of it works out really nicely, and now there's still 2 players on this B bomb side. This is a really good read coming out for VP.
Such a massive frag. Jerry needed to get that spray, but he was off center. Flashes in, catching players blind, 30 seconds left. They are confident it's a B hit. Orp in, Buster swings out, gets that frag. Here comes Flint racing towards Car, gets kick up, but his backup drops, and so does the bomb. Two more CTs here, see Sanji and Buster takes that spray, takes him down. Actually doesn't see Sanji, and then he's waiting and baiting, waiting for this bomb plant to try and come through, and Flit does not know he's in danger until it's far too late. Smokes up, Molotovs in, trying to play towards A, but the T's are scattered here. This is a fake.
Yeah, look, for ForZe, I'm not sure what the play is here because they've still got to lurk to the A bomb side. This is still looking like it's going to be like a double pump A setup. Maybe see if they could drop a player into CT. Jane with the MVP has got some of the information, but the play from Jerry could mean everything.
Oh!
Jane doesn't hit the AWP shot and Jerry capitalizes on it.
Sanji finds a trade. It does mean that the T-side forces lurking in towards short. Go for the plant, but Flip with the other rifle is taken out. Retake mode for VP, a 3-on-2 advantage. Face crack on 2 points of health. Almas are extending so far forward to hope to catch them off guard. Extending too far out for my liking. Gets Buster, but Kicker trades it. So it's all left to the Tech 9. Waiting and baiting, needs headshots aplenty on 100 HP with head Kevlar for both players. This will be the most incredible clutch if he makes it happen, and it's just too much to do. It's pistol round going live between VP and ForZe, and immediately Almaza shuts down Yekindar with a Glock headshot onto the man. USP out for Buster, will take contact towards Ivy, takes that one frag, lines up two more. Jerry will get Jame on site, and Sanji sitting at Olaf gets one to fall. Buster gets Jerry, doubles up on Flit. Face crack will stick the bomb plant in, but the kills still come through for the CT side.
3 players at this B bomb site though. ForZe are going to be running into a complete stack. Jane with the NWP flashed off angle. The commitment hasn't come in just yet. So much utility is going to follow for ForZe, finally making their way through ramp, but it's a contact with the NWP. Kick it quick onto the site as well, and the kills just trickling through. ForZe not finding anything so far on their force by Jerry to swing out, but Jane with the NWP. What a flick to come out from him. And now Xy's in a 1 versus 5. This is all falling apart. No damage, no kills. ForZe need to chip in, not only with rounds on the board, but when you get to those eco kind of rounds, trying to see if you can limit how many players stay alive for Virtus.Pro. Oh, Yakinda just gets wide swung from Flit. Look at the confidence from him.
Nice start, at least for ForZe this time with the rifles in play. Flit thinking things off on the right foot. Frag found. Flit moves in against Sanji. Next to follow suit. That's going to be a secondary kill. And now that ForZe are staggering the pace of the round, not going full frontal or full passive, they're starting to bait in VP to get aggressive of their own right. The confidence maybe getting to them a bit. Buster does find that one frag. Or pin against Flit though, and as soon as I say that, they get the 2 trades they need. One after the other, 3v3. Struggling to get kicker back to the summit spot seen here. Face crack gets that flick together. And now the CT's on rotation. They will be suppressed by the utility coming in. One from CT spawn and one from connector. Buster making his move up. The bomb yet to get planted will make its way out of ramp, and Buster could still deny this. Xy's got no idea. There's no info on this AK player, but they plant safe, and Buster can't get a flank together. We'll get face crack at the very least. Xy aggress, but Jerry gets the headshot.
That's such an important kill there from Jerry.
From Kicker, we'll look back to the backlines. Yakinda with the M4 ready to receive. There's Jerry to fall. Face crack gets a trade together though. So 2 for 1s, favoring the CT count. They do catch that AWP off the backlines. Kicker again aggressing from this oil train. The T is unable to deal with it. Buster's on the backlines, actually. No one's accounted for his Brownhall's possession, and Almas is going to get spotted. He's calling it in. Burst through, takes that frag, swings on default, gets the kill. And no one with their head on the swivel.
Orbs. I don't think we've seen the double orbs coming out at all. Sanji in towards Pop Dog. They're peeking down 1 versus 1. No flash, no nothing. Xy with a trade, but that's poor from ForZe.
Corners of his own right. It's the ordeal battle when it's won by the CT side. Xy giving up the angle before facing full frontal, and enough time for James to react to it. 2 standing. Jerry not spotted out of T-com, but Buster realizes he's probably there. He takes some damage, and James turns around with the AWP pick. Yekindar closes out on Flip. And Virtus.Pro looking so...
Be a quick outer play, but I'm not sure about this buy.
Look at this straight in from Buster and Sanji, just decimating what they have to put out here. ForZe are going way too aggressive. I mean, they have to go aggressive at the end of the day. They're going to try and force something out from VP, but all of it's falling to pieces. One AK does get given over to Xy by the fortune of a nade, I believe. And Jerry gets Sanji next, however, because Xy can't do much with it. Buster deals with the last players here. He thinks it's clear, and he loses his life for it.
Man, these rotations from VP, they just gamble stack the B bomb site without any utility, anything coming through. Now, Yakinda was able to spot that bomb, drop it into T-Con, so they'll have to come back into the side. They do have the man advantage. He just traded back from Face Crack, but Sanji's in the middle of the bomb train. They're starting to wrap behind him, though, and Sanji's dealt with. They're going to be trying to go back over to B.
And Face Crack will cover off the Brown Hall's entryways. From ramp, kicker will make his way up. See, Face Crack wins that fight, and by the skin of their teeth, ForZe come out. I want to try and make this work. Oh, the utility comes out from Face Crack at the worst moment. Perfect. 4v3 now for VP.
Oh, you could not get better than that for Yakinda. And they've now found a response back after Flip found the opening kill from T-Con. Buster's holding the E-box line, looking into Ivy, and he's even got Kicker to try and establish a bit of a crossfire with him. No utility out, just a swing from Almazer, and now it's just down to 2 players. Kicker pushes through the smoke, and now Flit is alone. 3 players still alive on this CT side. He's on train on the T side, so they could have converted rounds, and they haven't done so.
Well, finally, a fast play out from the AWP will catch himself 2 frags. Connection shot from the AWP down, block to finish off the job. Flick gets 2 to turn around, and that confidence should have been there for the entire half of ForZe. No one tries to take contact. No one takes that kill opportunity against Flit or Face Crack. Jerry is first to fall. Now tap up from Yakinda, picking up that USP, trying to catch XC at the top end of the green train, does end up falling to a 5v3. Now James starts to act, not ready for Flick to swing out. The USP comes up, Face Crack drops Sanji in the bomb. Player seen top of blue, not seen back at Sandwich. Yakinda does make his way towards Old Hell in the end, force Flick to fall back, sees 2 heads, takes out 1, Flick's back 90 degrees into the second. Kicker will get Almazer, keeping the trades to even, now being suppressed by 2 CTs. Isolates 1 good frag, but not the second. Flit with 3 frags, and needs to get Yakinda now, making his way in from Stopper and up towards the bomb itself, making a bit of noise. 10 seconds though. Flit's going to play for time, knows that he's got to get that bomb plant in a moment. 4 seconds, he gets caught up on the train. Plant, he hasn't got it. Flit to face in, not enough time to this one. Kill after time as well.
Play coming out for Yakinda. He's got into the olive position completely undetected, and he's seen the shadow from Face Crack. He knows exactly where he is.
And meanwhile, the act out comes in to the B site. They do get those trades in. XE and Flit with kills. Face Crack did hear the player at the hell position, knows that there's a man out there. Bomb being dropped to that player. Jane with the AWP watching out from the pop dog rotation, but these 2 SMGs are sat towards the connector entrance. ForZe did not see the player at Ivy. Face Crack takes damage, the pistol rotating back now. Yakinda to be denied. That's a frag that gets turned around from. Jerry tried to swing, but Jane comes up with the AWP pick. And now it's XE with an AK picked up back on the B site.
Early J.
Flashes again, another fast hit that's come through from the T side. Awkward Incendiary going towards the train itself. XE finds that first pick, but Almazer is traded. Sanji gets Jerry. 2 for 1 favor to the VP side. Bomb plant can't yet get secured. XE watches on now. Flash over, nade on, doing significant damage, but not enough to get a kill just yet. XE swings slowly, but surely, missing his flick. They're lined up. Face Crack's Incendiary lands. It does some serious damage. Yakinda has no idea he's facing forward. And XE lands on Sanji. Orb going to back up the back lines. Almazer swings, lines up 2. They all go down. He drops off. Face Crack gets his kill. Almazer is overwhelmed, but the Incendiary comes in to deny the bomb plant as Buster falls. James is left alone, surrounded by CTs. And while VP may have got that last round, they once again cannot convert it into a follow-up. Here they come. Almazer has no info, no vision to the site. The flashbang is going to be evaded at least. But look at Jerry up from Pop Dog, dealt with by the AWP. Does damage to Buster. Yakinda goes for the plant, and the flasher from Almazer will allow his teammates to start to enter here from the connector area. 5 on 4, damage done to Yakinda, so low. Almazer has no idea, sees his man, sees that head, turn around from Buster, upper kicker will finally fall in trade. 2 low HP players, and look at Flit, he's ready for Sanji, he's gonna go for the knife, no! He just goes for the kill, as Jane responds for the AWP site. Meanwhile, 3 on 2 still gain, a man advantage for VP, and XE drops off the angle at the wrong moment, turning around against Yakinda, who gets his frag back, leaves it all to Flit, who's looking to save. It's 14 to the board of VP, still hanging in there. And here they stand with utility at the ready. Flashes over, incendiary bound from Almaza to respond to it. Kicko's going to run straight through it though, straight up to the back of the white train. He's not going to see any of these CT forces. They know that Almaza's there at stack, and the wraparound is coming through. CT's on the way in. Yekindar drops, keeps his eyes to that back line, can hear footsteps behind him. One AK up top. James gets tagged up heavily. Face crack will fall, and Almaza finally drops. Orb can't find the frag. Back the flick will return. 3 on 3 bomb plant. Sanji, you're right about that. In CT spawn could be the linchpin area of this retake. They have no idea he's here. He needs 2 kills. He'll get 2 kills. And that will leave Flit to stand alone. 1 on 3. Deals with Sanji. But this retake actually may still come through for the man.
He's going to try and go for this, Jay. I thought he was just going to go up for the save, but he wants to try his luck at this 1 versus 2. Now, there's a player towards oil and a player towards close ramp, but he hasn't seen the player get behind him. Buster swings out, and VP win it off a fantastic flank play.
Smokes down. Body blocked out on the AWP. Deagle in for Jerry. Yekindar gets Flit. Exy Power gets a trade back to a 4 on 4. The buy is so awkward for ForZe. They need to come through with these Deagles, but they're not landing their heads. And VP, the confidence is back. They get all the kills. And only 1 trade left for the CT side. Jerry and Facecracker 4 on 2. I have a feeling it's done. The comeback was good while it lasted, but it does not complete itself. Facecrack with 1 frag to try and frag back into his own right. Kicker makes his way in from Connector. Jerry stands alone in a 1 on 3. And VP look to pick up the 16th, look to pick up the map and the series to go undefeated in the group stage. 1 kill will do it. And Jerry, he's got no time left.
He's running out of everything. 1 on 3. Jerry sees Sanji out, can try and stick the bomb. No kit though. And the swing out from Kick It means that VP are going to be victorious.